I think I explained everything inside, unless someone, I think we're ready for questions, right, Dan?
How long have you guys been planning this deal?
You're testing my memory.
Will
Several
we receive
months.
our first phone call in October?
Well, you know, it's been 2 years. It's the third summer that we haven't had Kentucky Kingdom. What took you guys so long? It seems like a natural fit, but why not jump on it immediately, I guess?
The answer to that question is the Fair Board was engaged in negotiations with someone else, and we were just letting it proceed. And when apparently when it fell through, we got involved. So it was, we came back to the table after the other deal fell through.
How will this parking is different?
In the beginning, it won't be very much different because we're going to be resurrecting pieces that exist that are similar to what we have at Hollywood and Splash and Safari. Having said that, once we begin to reinstall pieces that exist, we will be adding new pieces for 2013. The years beyond that, we will be putting in pieces which are different than exist in Holiday World and Splash and Safari. And as I stated in the meeting earlier, our idea is to create a sister park with rides that are of equal excitement, but different thrills, different types of thrills. And there's no shortage of rides within the industry that can create different ridership experience. And beyond ridership, there's other types of things, theaters, dive shows, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to create a different, happy experience.
We have a water park?
Yes, there will be a water park.
Will you name the water park something different?
No, it would be Bluegrass Boardwalk, inclusive of both the water park and the dry park.
How much will be able to be open when you open in May of next year? How much of what's out there now?
That's yet to be determined. We have to get in there and check through the nuts and bolts of everything. We're primarily safety oriented, and we want to make sure that what we open is safe. But we will have a significant amount of attractions open, and probably by about August or September, we'll have a final list of what's going to be opening for the next season, and we will release that information as soon as we get it.
Do you know the admission?
The price is your question? We haven't settled in on that number yet, but we are in discussion about that. We'll have a number probably in about the same time that my sister Natalie is
What's a typical daily cost?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand.
What's the cost of the holiday?
$42.95 for 2012 without discount.
How much are you investing into the park to get it open, and how far away from that?
In year one, it will be $15 to $20 million. That's our first year investment. Historically, at Holiday World, we've invested about $10 million annually. We have sketched out a 5 and 10 year plan for Bluegrass Boardwalk, but as with Holiday World, we don't discuss that 5 and 10 year plan. We release it on an annual basis.
You were talking about going to private funders to get that money. How much more money do you need? I mean, we've seen somebody say they're going to open it and then suddenly the money fell through.
How much more money do we need? Obviously, there's money being invested by the Cook family, and then the other share is coming from a group of lenders. So I hope that answers you.
So are you going to know, is the money there?
Do we have a signed deal on the financing? The answer to that question is no. Are we extreme level of confidence that the financing will be provided? Yes.
And what about parking? This talks about an equitable fee sharing. I know a big draw at Holiday World is the free parking.
The parking is controlled by the Fair Board. So that is a non-negotiable point that the Fair Board is going to be charging for parking.
How
How much are you going to be seeking in incentives from the state or the city?
Mike Camp and my sister Natalie can answer that question better. It's as yet undetermined precisely, but Mike, can you answer?
We're working through the application process, and we just follow the rules and regulations and guidelines for the program that's set up by the statute.
Is it 50% or 25%?
This qualifies for the 25% recovery
Well,
on sales tax.
Will you be looking at expanding the park into the unused areas around it, or?
Yes. One word response, yes. We have an existing 60 acres, which by park standards, believe it or not, Hollywood has a lot more, but we are spread out. We can put a lot of rides on that existing land. 80 acres is ample. Plus, we're not considering parking in that 80-acre content. So we have plenty of land out there to build a world-class quality theme park / water park over the decades to come.
And how will you be marketing this to make sure that that doesn't compete with the existing park?
We're going to cross-market as a sister park. So to say compete, I don't necessarily agree with the word quote compete. I think there's going to be cross-pollination. Are certain people going to elect to go to Holiday World that don't go to Bluegrass Boardwalk? Yes. But I don't see it as competing. I see it as a symbiotic relationship. Persons that will visit Holiday World will also visit Bluegrass Boardwalk. And my sister wants to speak. Go ahead.
And there's still plenty of untapped market out there that we have not tapped, that we believe Louisville can attract. And vice versa, there's an area for Holiday World still to go to attract more people. So I think both of those parks have the opportunity to go to different markets and attract more people.
The fact that Sherman Minton reopened,
Oh, that's...
what does that mean?
We had a party the night that bridge opened.
What would you say to people, you guys have been running just one park for so many decades, what would you say to people who may be concerned taking two parks in two different areas may spread you guys thin?
We have the hard work, the dedication, the know-how, and the talents to run two world-class parks. I have an extreme amount of confidence in our team. The number one question, the answer to your question, is heart and desire. We have an enormous amount of heart and desire. We're going to make them both quality parks to Holiday World especially Safari Studios.
But you're 80 miles apart. People only have so much disposable income. How much will you see the Holiday World attendance fall because of Bluegrass Boardwalk?
Zero. I say that with a high level of confidence. I don't think that my economics opinion, and that's an economic question,
It is.
is that we have not reached any sort of saturation point for entertainment dollars in southern Indiana, northern Kentucky, Tennessee, St. Louis, Missouri, Indianapolis, Chicago, Lexington, Louisville. And I'll give you an example. Holiday World has not yet even begun to advertise in the St. Louis market. Right now, you're drawing about 2 to 3% of our attendance out of St. Louis. St. Louis is as close, virtually as close to Holiday World as Indianapolis. When we go live meaning advertise in St. Louis, we're confident that we'll be able to attract a significant number of visitors from the St. Louis area.
When will this be a done deal?
Tax day. How about that? I said, that's an estimation, Mike. Does that sound good? It's twofold: financing and the economic development incentives, which are, I can't say a foregone conclusion, but we're in this high level of certainty.
We want to get started as soon as we can. There's a lot of work to be done, and we want to get it done and get in there as fast as we can.
Is this going to take senior secured debt, where you're going to bring in VC? How are you going to structure the debt?
We're not planning to bring in venture capital. We have resources, and once we determine what the finances are going to look like, we'll have that plan put together. But right now, we don't have it.
April 15th this year. That's the
Plus or minus date. The sooner the better. I'd like to get over there today and start paying.